Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well in your world. Um, so we're now a day removed from the news with the Mike Brown situation in Sacramento. Um, you know, I wasn't sure if I wanted to make a video just because I know the algo is already oversaturated, but I have to get used to, being urgent like that. But also this evening, watching all these games, Sacramento's interim head coach, former player, probably the best era ever of the Sacramento Kings existence, Doug Christie, uh, starting two guard on those legendary rival 2000 Lakers battles. One of my favorite lines was from Kobe back in the day when he got food poisoning. All these damn cowbells and I can't get a decent burger. um, but what spearheaded my motivation to want to drop a video was I'm thinking about how lost Minnesota was this season, and now they've just moved into the 8th seed, if I'm not mistaken. Vast majority of the time, though, they've been at the 11th seed. You got your star franchise player talking about how, how bad this team is and all that, and how they managed to, stick by their head coach Chris Finch's side. And then you go look, and I remember paying tribute because Mike Malone just became the all-time winningest coach of the Denver Nuggets, and saying look how far he's gone since being terminated shockingly by the Sacramento Kings. I remember this. This ain't me doing Wikipedia searches. I remember the state of the NBA media and everything when everyone was so shocked. You know what I mean? Like, this is organic. This isn't some, I'm doing my research. I lived it. I watched it. I breathed it. And I'm thinking, okay, those days are behind. And here you get a story about the Sacramento Kings firing Mike Brown mid-season, not even up to the All-Star break. And it's like I said, the Wolves acquired Julius Randle in the 11th hour before the season began, and yet their team can be patient. And you got De'Aaron Fox, who at one point was of that stature, believe it or not, that Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant are at, and he's now getting healthy again. But it just speaks to the overall temperament and overall temperature of the Sacramento Kings decision makers, their brain trust, offering De'Aaron Fox the same exact money. It's so appalling to me because money talks. And you got a guy in his prime 4 years later offering him the same exact contract. Not a little bit more, nothing, just the same exact. And then you fire Mike Brown and he got you, as far as you've ever been since the Bush administration. One moment. And somehow, unapologetically, the Sacramento Kings thinks this is acceptable. This is a clear case of someone with money who's had their success elsewhere and have gotten in the position of power and somehow think this is socially acceptable. I want to share with you a story. In the WNBA, there's a team by the name of the Chicago Sky, and they abruptly fired a legendary coach by the name of Teresa Witherspoon at the end of the season. Apparently, the Sky had brought in a head coach before they hired their GM, and the GM wanted to put their own mark on the franchise. And I was in an uproar because, for one, I watched the first ever game, and so when I see a player like Teresa Witherspoon do so much, a pioneer, and then you see them get terminated after a year like they're a clown, I just believe sometimes in life we have to take the L, you know what I mean? And deserved one more season. It's not like the Sky in the next 2 years are going to win a championship. And spare me the whole double-double record chase, because I'll have you know, if the WNBA had a problem with it, they would have stepped in quite frankly. So miss me with the bull, okay? I have so much respect for her, but also it pains me in this situation because, and again, I share all the time, I protect people's right to privacy. I don't like to disclose uh, who supports me on social media and stuff like that, but because, that's their winding down time. And I'm not one of those, I'm not a groupie of nobody. Everybody puts their pants on the same every day. So for me, I don't give a damn who you are. You know what I mean? I care about who you are as a person, not what your status, how much money you got, none of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, that ain't nothing, you got to look yourself in the mirror. So for me personally, when, you know, this happened, um, I lost my track of thought why I said that. But, because it pains me because Teresa Weatherspoon's replacement is someone who actually liked one of my tweets during the Olympics when I was talking about a Las Vegas Ace player, Jackie Young, scoring a bucket. They actually showed support. Little old me, small account, and they showed me support. That means something to me. That's always going to be remembered. People, small content creators, I guess is what I call myself, it's unbelievable encouragement to be noticed by someone in a prevalent position, even if he's an assistant coach at that time. But now he's the fast forward. He's the head coach at the Chicago Sky. And so it's like, damn, you know what I mean? That conflict, and again, I normally don't disclose those type of things, but it's for a bigger purpose. Why am I in an uproar? Because subconsciously, whether we like it or not, sports plays a big factor in our society. I see it all the time when trucking companies or businesses get bought out and they leave their employees out to dry. And now the pension that they've been working for 30, 40 years is sold away in that deal. I don't like seeing people's hard work normalized to be nothing. And that's the kind of stuff that you see in sports. And, Darren Fox's response was disgusting, saying that, oh, well, it's a business. I don't feel guilty. When they asked him, do you feel guilty at all? And no, man, that's with the NBA. Guaranteed contract. It's just about the money. I understand you're trying to get paid. But as a franchise leader, those are the type of things that confirm why there's apprehension about giving you a mega deal in the first place. Because how can you be okay with saying something like that? That man did a lot for the franchise. And, ultimately, at the end of the day, everyone should have their hand in this nonsense. They acquire a 20 a night scorer in DeMar DeRozan who scores in a very specific way. And for the Kings to sit there, Vivek to be exact, to have this sense of urgency, even if this is even more incentive. You see something wrong, man. We don't add up. We don't match up well against the teams like Phoenix, Denver. Definitely not the Wolves. What is the urgency then to fire him and not just wait till the end of the year? Why he got to go out like that? Who you fooling? There's no trade you're going to make to surround Domas all of a sudden that's going to absolve you from all the issues that are plaguing this roster. And you're so insecure about the acquisition of DeMar DeRozan and how it's not playing out, which is, let me stop to remind you, I think it's like 9, something between like 8 and 11 games have been decided by single digit margin, like less than 5. So it's not like they're out here just getting smoked every night. It's not getting the final W result, but it's ultimately, at the end of the day, it's still a good team. And they're scrapping. And they're definitely going to be a play-in threat at the minimum. But it's like at the top, what you're harboring, and it's sad because it's like, you don't have to win a championship. I keep telling people that. You don't have to win a championship to be loved and admired. If you put out a respectable product that's entertaining, like what they had before, where everyone was, with Divox, Weber, Stoyo, Hito Turkoglu, Bobby Jackson, Funderburg, Scott Pollard, who I just seen recently had a serious health surgery. I hope wherever he is right now. I posted it back 6, 7 months ago. I haven't heard anything, so probably no news is good news. You know, that that is what you want to see. You know, just put out a product that has identity, and that's all good. You know, unrealistic to think you're going to win a championship, but you got a team that has some camaraderie, some chemistry, and they play a signature style, whether it be Lob City, you know, something like that, or what they had with the Kings. You know, nobody's not gonna have a Scotty and MJ, Kareem, you know, Cab and Magic and Scott, you know, Kobe and Shaq. You're not gonna. Everybody can't have that, and it's okay. It's just like life. Everybody can't be a billionaire. Everybody can't be a millionaire, but you can still carve out a good life for yourself, or more than a respectable, you know. And that's all that matters. You show up, you do what you can, and that's it, you know, and that's cool. Comparison is the thief of joy. You know, fans should enjoy that they got a squad. You know, I tell people I got all-time great squads that never won championship. Jason Kehrer with the Nets, Vince Carter, RJ, and Kenyon Martin, the Kenny Atkinson, D'Angelo Russell, LeVert, Allen, Dinwiddie. Forget the Olympic shooter they had on their team, made it all the way to the Olympics. Like, they got squad, man. There's been squads out there. 99 Knicks made it all the way to the finals as an 8th seed. Spreewell, Marcus Camby above the rim catching all these putback dunks. You know, Allen Houston's sweet jump shot. I mean, one of the smoothest jumper mechanics you'll ever see. Could be a teacher, a professor. You know, but this impatience is just showing that this is a guy with money who doesn't understand basketball. And this is how people get taken advantage of in real life. Like, oh, they had all this money and they went and no one was at their bedside. You know, because just because you got money doesn't mean that you know what's going on. You know, it's time to step out the way, bro. You can't keep having this type of culture. Nobody's running down the hill to go sign with Sacramento. People gonna go to Golden State and the Lakers before that. Seen this dude Vivek, you know, when he signed DeRozan, they had some game and he's over here. They not like us trying to fit in and be cool. This is not. Look, this is pro sports. There's a lot at stake. It's hard to recover a franchise once you lose the fans, and fans are not stupid. That's one of the big problems I'm seeing in the media that's not being talked about in terms of rating decline. Is the media thinks they're the smartest person in the room, and they talking to the fans like they stupid. Everyone knows ball. It's about the presentation. It's about the way you bringing it, and you know, it's just cringe right now. Like what's going on with this dude where he thinks like, oh, you know, I know this cool songs. I'm signing DeMar DeRozan. I'm getting that California credibility. No, you're not. At the end of the day, your job is to put out a winner. All that extra stuff just is not. It's not flattering when you're doing stuff like that. Mike, go ahead, finish this season out. Then go ahead at the end of the season. Whatever happens, we out. I'm not even coming around the team anymore. Let y'all do you. I see it on the game from TV. I'm cool. I see the season's a wash. I'm out on some boss stuff, man. You know, we're not winning no chip anyway, but you go terminate the head coach in the middle of the season. Now people looking at the culture of the franchise, investors, people like, we don't want our names attached to an organization that has these problems. At the end of the day, it's still an investment. And when you do stuff like that, it's like, well, we don't want to be associated. Even if the companies that are investing in you get out the same way, they don't want to be associated with like nothing like that. Nobody want to, you know, where your reputation in the league is to terminate people in the middle of the season, and you keep doing this. And the last guy you did it to went on to win a championship and became an all-time winningest coach for another franchise. Just crazy. Just crazy, you know. Sorry to see this. I'm sorry this is the reality for the fans of Sacramento. For those who might catch this video, sorry for the NBA has to experience this. This is not the stuff you want on your hands. We see how many Coach of the Years keep getting terminated. I think George Karl, Dwayne Casey, Sam Mitchell. I mean, there's a couple guys out there, just won it, and it doesn't hold me. A lot of these accolades, that's another problem. The awards are disconnected. The fans feel disconnected from the awards. They don't make sense. You know, that used to be like a Christmas gift, when you wait to the end and you see what the results are. But this is not a good look in the association, and it, even the local beat writers for Sacramento are making comments like bad, bad. You need to have a relationship with the franchise, and you got local media talking about on record with no hesitation, bad decision, bad choice. Just in the injunction of its, from the standpoint of who's going to have time to implement a new playbook right now. You know what I mean? Like, ah, what a crazy mess. You know what I mean? And then what franchise is going to really go after Fox? And the Heat know they got the upper hand. The Kentucky ties with now, so it's like you really know you need to make that deal. That's why Pat Riley doesn't want to make a Dame situation. I suspect that Jimmy Butler is on the table, and that's the funny thing. Now it really does need. Now you really need Jimmy Butler more than ever to fix that culture and to create an environment, because you didn't just sent this thing to hell with that move, Vivek. I don't know. All right, Utopians, appreciate you hearing this think piece. I'll try to do better next time. Global out.